On today's episode of the Career Packs podcast, I want to talk about saying no a little bit more often, why it's difficult and why it's important to say the older we get in our life. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into today's episode. Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Career Packs podcast. My name is Neil Patel. I'm the host of this podcast. Good morning, people. We're talking about an important topic today. We're talking about saying the word no, the full sentence. Let's chat about it and why it's so important. If you're someone who does not have a problem with saying no to others, hangouts, new opportunities, saying no to all the invites that you get, etc., this episode is strictly not for you. Okay, cool. Now, for those of you who are gone and for those of you who are still here, welcome home to a safe space. Anyone here have a challenging time saying no to your friends, your family gatherings, your coworkers for happy hour? Anyone struggle with that? I don't know, but sometimes when I deny people or just tell them no, I can feel confrontational or feel like I'm causing consequences in the moment or potentially down the line. It can cause rifts with friends, coworkers, anyone really, when you decline that party invitation, the dinner, the family gathering, the happy hour, the family reunion, the high school reunion, the Saturday gathering to play cards and drink beer. There's many situations where I've given up saying no to please someone else, sacrifice my own priorities and not put myself first just because I didn't want the potential conflict or hate or negativity in any social setting or on my reputation at all. This is a real thing. Saying no, it's a real thing that people struggle with. And I've struggled with it a lot in the past. And funny enough, even now, I don't get into too many situations, I guess, on a daily basis where I'm constantly having to be saying the word no. Well, for one, I don't get invited to many things, but outside of that, I'm just home. I'm doing my own thing. I work my 9 to 5 job and I do this. So my time is already pretty occupied. But in the past, when I didn't have this, all these other obligations or things that I want to do and pursue, saying no was not an option. I never said it. It was always like, yeah, cool, let's go. I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Let's go. But why is it so hard? I think it's important to identify why saying no is so hard and why it's been hard for me to make no regularly used in my language. I think there's three reasons for why it's tough saying no. I wrote them all down. And the first one that I find interesting and difficult for me to pursue saying the word no is when people ask for any type of help. It's hard. I've conditioned myself to try and help everyone and fix everything. And it's not out of bad intentions. It's just what I've known. Growing up, I always saw my dad helping other people and giving other financial help or helping that homeless guy down the street, even when he didn't have the means to. And seeing that, he set a great example, not gonna lie, for me. And now, whenever a friend or anyone comes up to me and they ask me for help, or if they need my time and energy, it's like, yeah, sure, man. Why not? And reality is, though, I can't help everyone all the time. Me trying to be that helper friend, the friend who wants to fix it all, I've lost friends like that. People have cut ties because they don't want some dude always trying to solve their problems for them. They don't. People don't want that. People want someone to ask them questions, hear them out, and guide them down a path of them making the decision for themselves, not me telling them what to do. If someone needs advice, if they need help with a paper, if want my opinion on something, critique something, if it's business related, generating a new idea, all those things people have come to me for help. And for a long time until recently, I've always wanted to make other people feel happy no matter what. Make them feel comfortable in their askings if they're in need of something. It almost it's like a little mini knife that gets stuck inside my heart when I can't help someone. For example, in my area of where I live, like specific streets and corners, there's always homeless people there at the red lights, and they'd always come up and ask for some change or tell you why they're homeless. Hold on, let me take a sip of my cha. And when they do that, when you see them just based off of their appearance, it's like, man, I wish I could help them. I get sad when I can't give every homeless person I see a few dollars. I used to do that all the time. Just give someone $1, $2. A homeless person, when I see them, they were getting something from me. But now, when I'm older, I can't do that all the time. You can't help everyone. For one, it's not always smart financially, but other times you don't know what people's intentions are. Maybe people are manipulating you for your money. And homeless people, they can be smart. I still though do get sad when I can't give these homeless people all the help that they want. It just eats away. And I still give, but I tell myself not to give that dollar to someone who looks sketch. It's a little bit uncomfortable. And if someone is struggling with something and they need my help, I'm more than happy to help. But the part where I have to say, hey, let me finish my thing and I'll help you out after. Or, no, I'm tied up with some other stuff. I can't help you right now. But if you call me back next week or reach out to me next week, I have a little bit more free time and I can help you out then. Even that, me saying that, it doesn't even sound good. Like saying it in the right way, in a way that doesn't come off as douchey, is hard for me. I don't know why. I had built a tendency to say yes even when I didn't need or want to. It made me feel guilty. It made me feel like other people would think less of me, judge me. I would worry. I would be like, man, I'm an ass if I say no. Just let me help them. Just let me help them, and I wouldn't have to worry about my reputation or my image or anything being looked at as bad. All those thoughts, they came to me. So that's the first thing. And the next one. This next one is a very big factor in my life. I guess used to be, now not so much, but it's FOMO. Okay, look. Sometimes if you hear your boys are going to be at this event, there's going to be food, there's going to be drinks, and they're going to be playing your favorite card games, your drinking games. Your friends you haven't seen in forever will be there. How can you not go? How can you not go? You give in. And man, this is me. This is me. The fear of missing out. The FOMO deserves a episode of itself because it's so real. But in relation to saying no, it's hard when you know that dude, there's like people that are having an amazing time. And when people say they don't have FOMO, this is for anyone out there. When people say they don't have FOMO, I can smell a little bit of BS because, like, come on now. You would so much rather be at that party or at that event or whatever, having a good time, doing all that, than staying at home, doing your work, whatever. And mind you, I'm turning into that homebody where I would actually stay home and rather do these podcasts and these videos. Don't get it twisted. That's cool. But you don't have to act like it doesn't bother you or that you wouldn't want to be a part of that event or party, that dinner. It's there. It's just you have to overcome that FOMO and understand that, hey, your priorities are more important. And because of FOMO, it's so hard to say no. There have been times where it'd be late at night and my friends would be like, yo, we're going to go see this movie at 10, or yo, we're going to go to our buddy's house and hang out and chill, talk, have a few drinks. When I know my best friends are there, when I know the people I love most to interact with are there, it's like, man, it's okay. I can finish this work tomorrow. It's not immediate priority. I guess it's good to give yourself a little break if you've been grinding away at something, but still, man, it's like shit. I am missing the fluff out and I want to go be there. So, because it sounds fun and saying no can eat you alive. It eats me alive because of all the fun that I could be having. And the last thing, the third thing, and I don't think many people even think about this one in relation to why it's hard to say no, but you lack assertiveness. If you don't know what assertiveness is, it's the ability to communicate one's needs and boundaries in a clear or respectful way. If someone lacks these communication skills to be like, hey, here's why I can't come today. And the reason is X, Y, and Z. I hope you guys have fun, but hey, look, I just can't today. If you struggle to communicate that, it's hard for other people to actually believe you. And you just give in and they're like, nah, come on, man. Come on, come on. No, you could do that later. Nah, dude, come on. It'll be fun. And they're like, oh, okay, that's fine. But if you say it in an assertive way, in a way that's confident and effective, and you say it where you genuinely mean it, one, that it's important for you to get your stuff done. And number two, that it's still important for you that they can go out and do their own thing and still have fun. It's hard. And if you've ever tried to say no or decline nicely and it just came out sounding shitty, like you snapped at them or made it sound like you didn't care, you made yourself sound more important because, oh, the thing that I have to do is more important on a higher moral ground, or if you started sounding condescending, that can happen unintentionally if you lack assertiveness. When people ask me to hang out and I know I want to say no, I be stuttering like a mofo sometimes trying to get my nose out or make up a story like it's real. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'll take those on the chin. Sliding away an opportunity in a kind, non-confronting way with confidence, purity, finesse. Yeah, I suck at no sometimes, but I've gotten better. So that begs a question, at least for me. Why should we say no? You guys are probably thinking, Neil, why is it so important for you to say no? Because, man, you're going to have to say no a lot in your life. After a certain point in life, I'm 22 years old right now. I have priorities, but I still say I have a fair amount of free time. And in that free time, I like to fill it with either hanging out with friends, doing things that I enjoy to do, whether it's watching YouTube videos, podcasts, sometimes reading books. Um, Last night I was up for like 25 minutes trying to learn how to play the ukulele because my partner got me that. Trying to think of new ideas, all things that I genuinely love to do. They are priorities for me. But the older you get, your priorities become your priorities. Let's say if you start working a 9 to 5 job and you get married and you have a kid and you're in a committed relationship, there are people, relationships, and things that you have to oblige to. That's not the right word. Yeah, sure. I don't want to say it's not obligated. Oblige? No, I don't know. There are things you have to commit to. I'll give my sister for an example. She's 33 years old now. We have an 11-year age gap. Bro, this woman, from the time she wakes up, whether it's 6 a.m., 5 a.m., because she's got two kiddos, 7 months and 2.5 years old. These two kiddos, they take so much work, both her and her husband, my brother-in-law. This woman works non-freaking stop. And she runs a small business, like a wedding coordinating business. And she does that on the side. So she wakes up, gets the kids ready. She does all that, cooks for her partner, the kiddos, gets them all ready. This sends them off to school, goes into her 9 to 5 job, which is also physically demanding because she's a physical therapist. So she does that for 8 to 10 hours a day, picks up the kids, comes home, cooks for them, cleans for them, and makes sure they're fed, taken care of, puts them to sleep, cooks for her and her husband. They both eat, they do the dishes, they clean all the household necessities or take care of the chores. And by the time she's done, it'd be like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then she starts working on her wedding coordinating business where she might be taking calls or she's working on her website and she's doing all these things. And then it's like, boom, 15 hours have passed by. And then you go to bed and you repeat. And seeing her grow into this mature businesswoman, mother, and my sister, it's so fun to see her grow. But it's a great example as to why, dude, your priorities become your priorities. And I'm just using her as an example because I've seen it in front of my eyes, but the entire world goes through this process. When you reach a certain age, you should not sacrifice your priorities for some cheap night out somewhere or something useless with people who are trying to waste our time. Find people, this is what I will say, find people who you genuinely like hanging out with and hang out with them. Do it often, whether it's once a week, twice a week, once every couple weeks, a couple times a month. Find good people, close friends. For me, it's literally like 3, 4 people. That's it. Get what you need to get done. and then go spend time with them. That is it. I don't hit other people up asking if they want to hang out or whatever. And that, that might change in the future depending on, me wanting to meet other like-minded people or creators. But right now, I'm just so content in my lane right now. And not gonna lie, I still have internet friends and people that I meet online almost multiple times a week. And it's amazing. Doing a daily podcast, doing all these videos, having to edit videos, making and meeting deadlines for myself, I must have strict boundaries. Be disciplined with myself to say no when my shit isn't done. I can't do nothing because like 8 months ago, it was just my 9 to 5, and then I was done. I didn't have anything else to do, and I could just say yes to anything and everything to fill up that gap in my day because I was free. But now it's a lot more different, and I don't have the same leeway I used to before I started this journey. And besides, last couple things, saying no is a skill. It really is. You don't just come out of the womb knowing how to just say no to people unless you're just some, I don't know, self-trained guru, but it'll develop over time by working on my assertiveness, setting clear boundaries, declining respectfully. It all gets better with time because I'm not the best at it either. So if you guys, anyone ever reaches out to me to hang out, and if I decline you in a bad way or in a way that sounds shitty, I am sorry. I'm still working on it. Sometimes the best answer is just, nah, I'm good. Even that sounds shitty. I don't know. But yeah, it gets better with time. With the more hangouts I decline, the opportunities I decline, all that, it's not going to be perfect. So it's a skill. And the last thing that I want to touch on, sorry, last thing, I promise. Respect people's no's. No has a period at the end. It's a full sentence. I don't need to explain why I'm saying no, what my reasons are, or offer an apology for saying it. If I'm like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can't come, I apologize, but next time for sure. Yo, why are you saying I'm sorry or I apologize? You don't need to say that. Say, no, I'm tied up today. I'll see you another time, maybe next week. Can we reschedule? Whatever. You don't have to give an apology. Don't be the person that gets booty hurt over someone telling you no. That's the worst person. When someone tells you no, and hold up, I'm not gonna act like I haven't been the person who gets booty hurt. I do be getting booty hurt when it's my close friends sometimes when they say no. I do sometimes, not all the time. But don't be the person who takes a personal or gets extremely butthurt. They don't need to give you a reason for their no. And the more you challenge it, the more likely they are to see you in the wrong light and question your intention as a friend, a colleague, a brother, a close friend, all that. Just respect people's no's. You don't need to know why someone else said no. I'm taking another sip of chai. Fire. Okay. Well, hey guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. A quick recap. I'm too lazy to go through everything, but just say no. Say no a little bit more often. Don't sacrifice your priorities for other people. You don't have to please other people. You don't have to give in to that feeling of FOMO or when people constantly are asking for your help. It's okay to give in and help someone when they really need it, if it's a dire situation or they've been respectful about it and they've been following up with you. But even on top of that, just have a little bit more assertiveness, know how to say it in a confident tone. It all comes with time, and you guys will be okay. This is all the same advice that I'm giving to myself. I need to be saying no a little bit more often because sometimes I may sacrifice scripting that video or finishing that edit or recording. Like today, I was supposed to record this last night, but I didn't. And it's not because I went out or anything. I just didn't. But you guys get what I'm saying. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, if you took something away from it, feel free to share this with a friend. Follow us on all socials at the Korea Pact Podcast. And lastly, leave me a 4 or 5-star review on Spotify or wherever you listen. It helps me out a ton. And like I always say, guys, take care. Tell someone that you love them and go do something nice for someone today because they genuinely deserve it. Thank y'all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Really quick, before I say peace, I just dropped a new YouTube video on my main page. It's Neil Patel, N with 3 E's, L Patel. I dropped a day in the life video, so you guys will get a little bit more of an in-depth view of what my day looks like. It's not the best video, not my best work, but it just gives a quick rundown of what an average day looks like of a 22-year-old living with his parents. All right, y'all. That's it. Love y'all. Peace.